I couldn't ask for a better agent, for a better company in a time like this, in a disaster where you have no idea where to start.
I learned that there's not a given in life. It takes a team. There's people that are going to watch out for us and that care.
It's been pretty stressful. Once we saw Lori and got our plan, it's a lot better now.
It was like a huge weight lifted.
Welcome back to the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. Guy Newcomb, the scoreboard guy, alongside, and as always, presented by Central Bank of the Ozarks, Doak Propane, the Bank of Billings. Bank of Billings established 1889, the oldest bank in Christian County. Shelter Insurance Agents, Grant Baker and Sean Holman, Labor's Local 663, who reminds us to drive safely in work zones. Everybody wants to go home safe. Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks, Great Southern Bank, and the Missouri State Highway Patrol, who reminds us to take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow. Our country financial team of the week, we go to St. Louis. We bring in Incarnate Word Red Knights and head coach Dan Rolfes, and coach, not unfamiliar to the Missouri Sports Network. And coach, congratulations on the state championship.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for having us on. I appreciate you covering us.
You bet, coach. And you've got a tremendous run here going on. You've won all three of the last three state championships that have been played, with the 2020 pandemic year being excluded in that. Got a group of seniors that are 115-6, but kind of take us through this season. Perfect run. Then you get to the semifinals and the finals, where you take on a very good Kickapoo team with the player of the year.
Yeah. Obviously we had a lot of high expectations coming back. We went undefeated in one state last year and had everybody returning. We didn't have any seniors. So the bar and the expectations were set pretty high coming into this year. So, obviously I'm blessed to be able to coach a lot of really, really good players. But there's also a lot of pressure there to always win. When you're always supposed to win, it's not as easy. Sometimes it's a little easier to be the underdog, and we get everybody's best game, which it turn around and actually helps and benefits us from being challenged. So as we go through the season, we get challenged, and helps our kids to improve. So when we get to that state championship run, we've taken a lot of shots, and and this year we were able to keep it rolling. So, and you're right, Kickapoo is a very good team. Bella Flournoy is a very, very good player. She's got some good pieces around her. So that was a really good win for our girls.
I see a lot of comparisons between your program and for example, Lamar high school football program, or a Webb City a program very close to both of those coaches, and both of them have told me, Guy, it was a lot easier to get here than it is to stay here, to stay on top. Because every night you go out onto the field, everybody get their best shot. They practice for you all year, because if they can beat you, that's just a huge star on their helmet.
Yeah, and you can't take a night off. You can't take anybody for granted, because you've got that target on your back, and they're right. It's you climb, try to get to a certain point and where your program's at, and you want to stay on top, but at the same time, you're graduating kids. You've got new kids into the system, and you hope those younger kids buy in to what we're doing and how our programs run, and just kind of hope to sustain all that success that we're having. And And I think everybody thinks it's easy, but it's not. And I guarantee you, you can ask these players, it's not easy, every night to be on and not to have a bad practice, bad game, because we're going to be challenged.
Alongside there, one of your players, sophomore KJ, I'm sorry. Uh, KJ, congratulations on, really the last 2 seasons. You haven't lost a game yet.
Yeah, it's been crazy. Thank you. I appreciate it. But like Coach said, with we definitely get everyone's best shot each game. It also is a lot of pressure, especially knowing that I haven't lost a game ever since I've been on the team. But it is definitely exciting, and I feel like a lot of the preparation that we do, like we work hard every day in practice and all that stuff, leads up, so we're prepared for those moments. So it's really good.
And KJ, just a sophomore.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about your background, how you ended up at Incarnate Word.
So I actually played for Coach Rolfes in 6th grade. I started playing for the Knights, and he was my coach in 6th and 7th grade. Props to him. He taught me pretty much everything I know about basketball. So that ever since the Knights program, I always saw myself at Incarnate. I started getting more into it and touring the school. And hey, they're pretty good at basketball too, and that always helps. And so now I'm here and I love it. It's definitely worth it in the experience. So yeah.
Well, tell us a little bit about your experience this year as you make that championship run. You get to the state championship. During that run, Rittenhour, Francis Howell Central, Buchanan, then a good St. Joseph's Academy team, which kind of laid waste to before you take on Kickapoo. Kind of take us as a player through that run in your mindset.
A lot of preparation goes into it, and Coach Rolfes, he does a fabulous job of getting us prepared. I say that's one of the things that makes us different than any other program, like locally or in the state. Just like all the time he puts into it with the scouting reports and the film, all that stuff, and walkthroughs in practice really help us get prepared for games like these, especially state championship runs. Like that's our goal every year, is to make it to state. So yeah, lots of preparation, and our practices are really good. Everyone's always pushing each other, really competitive, good atmosphere. So yeah.
Give the viewers an idea of just a day in the life during basketball season. What is a typical day on, let's say, a game day? How are you kind of getting prepared? Just kind of take us through a game day.
Game day, we usually have school, so we'll get through our classes and all that good stuff. Then usually 2 days in advance, we'll go through scouting reports on each of our teams, and then we'll do walkthroughs before our games. And usually if it's a home game, we'll just stay and get extra shots in, so we're all loosened up. But yeah, lots of preparation. We have lots of time to stretch and get ready as individuals too. So yeah. That's kind of nice. There's never a dull moment over here.
Tell us a little bit about making the trip to Springfield. How were you treated? I know everybody's got a team host, and and I'm one of those team hosts. I wasn't your team host, but I did get a medal this year. I did have a team win a state title this year with South Iron boys won. And but tell us a little bit about your experience here in Springfield.
Well, it was really nice last year too, because we did the same thing. So we kind of, even with COVID and everything, it's still a little bit different, but it's also nice to have that experience, knowing what you're going into. Obviously the state championship, that's what everyone's trying to get to. So we're really excited to make this run again. But yeah, I'd say we were treated very well. And so I'm very thankful for that. We get lots of nice stuff, but we work really, really hard too. So I feel like it all works out for us in the end.
Springfield does a good job. We've been there the past couple of years, so we very much routine. So
yes.
Go to the same restaurant.
Yep.
We go to the Hill, the little Italian buffet, and our kids love that. I don't know if state championship and the Hill are kind of equal in their minds as far as that Italian buffet. They love that place. And then, we had a great host, Joe, who was super good guy and, big basketball guy. So everything and everybody in Springfield was great. And,
Mm-hmm.
the facilities are fantastic. Most states done a great job, and being able to play in both of those arenas. Really, I know some people, playing in they say you're playing in the back gym, but I almost like that as much, if not even more, because it's a little closer and a little more intimate. If we had, 15,000 people, the big arena may, it may be better, but when you have a couple thousand, them sitting right on top of you, that environment's pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then you get to playing JQH against Kickapoo, who's right here in town.
Yeah.
So that environment was probably, and I was at that contest. That environment was pretty exciting as well. And KJ, take us through that championship game. What was your role in that game, and then tell us a little bit about, not your scouting report. I don't want any secrets, but just a little bit about your experience and what your responsibilities were.
In that game, my responsibilities was to guard Bella, because I'm playing more of like a forward position. So when I get in, I'm just doing the best I can, running the plays correctly, not forcing any bad shots, and really, I feel like my role is more on like the defensive end, just to make sure no silly shots get let up. But yeah.
Yeah. Did you have conversations with her?
With Bella, is there?
Yeah. Did you talk to her? Nothing.
Not during the game.
Okay. No,
No, I've known Bella though, and she's a great athlete. So it was really fun to see her and play against her. It's going to be really exciting to watch her play at the collegiate level for sure. So, yeah, I said hi to her after the game, of course, but during the game in the zone.
Well, she's coming on next.
Yeah, no, she's a really super good ambassador for women's basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Great athlete, and from my interactions with her, seemed to be a very sweet, nice girl, and she can play. She's a very, very good player, and I'm anxious to see what she can do at Baylor. But just seems like an overall just well-rounded person.
Mm-hmm.
So KJ, what do you have on your plate right now? What does your day look like now and on through the summer? Are you playing summer ball? I'm sure you are.
Yeah, honestly, during the school season, it's a lot. It's a long night. Yeah, it's about 9 months ish. I don't know. It feels like it. But it's nice to, I don't know, kind of get a little break. But then club ball starts right after that. So even if I don't have practice like right after school, I'm still shooting and working out. Like lift 3 times a week and do other stuff on my own. I kind of did that in season 2, but now I'm kind of like working more, preparing for next season too. And summertime is definitely like the great time to do that. So yeah.
Lots of traveling with your summer program. Give the viewers an idea. I mean, where all do you play?
I play for Missouri Phenom right now, and yeah, there's lots of traveling. We play against really good competition, and yeah, especially on their EYBL circuit. It's good.
Very good. Well, Coach Rolfes, what as you look towards next year? Obviously, you've got KJ coming back. Talk a little bit about what your team's going to look like a year from now.
Yeah, no, we lose some pretty important pieces that have been a big part of our program, and Sanaya, who's our point guard, who's going to Kentucky, and Jaden Bryant, who's going to Missouri State, and then Morgan Rantham, who's going to play ball at UMSL. And all those 3 have been a big part of our program. But we have some really, talented upcoming players, like KJ. And so I really don't anticipate a fall off. Obviously there's going to be people, playing some new roles, but we've got a junior class that's going to step in. That's going to be seniors that have a ton of experience, because we haven't had a lot of graduating kids in the past couple of years. So they're going to be, they're going to be obviously a big role, and they have been already. And then, like KJ, she'll have a much bigger role, this year or next year. And, I know, she had mentioned that, she's mainly defense, but KJ can really shoot the ball and is very, very, very skilled. So she'll be counted on for sure. And then we have a couple freshmen that got some minutes this year. So I think some positions, will be moved around a little bit. We don't, still kind of up in the air on a point guard and some other spots, but we're lucky. Some people, we have some kids that'll step up and fill those roles. And I know our kids know the system, and I hope we don't have a drop off, but we've got some pretty talented players in our program for sure.
Very good. Well, Coach and KJ, I really appreciate you guys being part of the Missouri Sports Network here. Congratulations on behalf of Country Financial for being a team of the week, and best of luck. And if there's anything we can do for you here, let us know. And look forward to talking to you next year.
Yeah, let's hope. Knock on some wood here.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
You bet. You bet. You're watching the Missouri Sports Network at MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. Keep it right here.